Today's destination,
Mocktails.
Let's go for a ride.
All right, so we are saying cheers to the new year.
Cheers.
With possibly our most favorite thing ever.
Yes.
We find
100%.
every excuse to incorporate mocktails.
it kind of was the beginning of everything. Now that
of
I think about
I
it.
think it was.
Yeah.
All of a
podcasts
sudden,
and,
just
podcasts and
flourished.
mocktails. That's where it all
Mocktails make
started.
for great friendships.
They 100%
Everybody.
do.
So they're the glue.
That keeps
hold us together.
The only thing keeping this friendship together.
Yes,
Liquid
that's
glue.
it.
Mocktails.
So our very own Rebecca prepared 3 special ones for us to taste today, which have been torturing me and tempting me in front of me.
I've been here for quite a little bit.
So which are we trying first?
So we are starting with the grapefruit lemonade bubbly. There is half of a sugar rim on this because it can be a little tart. So when you grab it, just grab the bottom. And I'm going to grab my handy dandy ingredient list. So we have lemonade. We have a little bit of a...
Did you sip already?
Unbelievable.
I didn't know we were.
Someone can follow directions. Okay, wait, fine. I'm sipping too.
No.
Okay,
She should. It's
we're
very
just
good.
going to keep this going then. Elderflower
really
Paloma
thirsty
mixer. Unbelievable. We have some Italian grapefruit soda.
Right.
A little bit of, I will probably botch this name, Sabatini, non-alcoholic.
There we go.
Aromatics.
I think I taste that.
Yes? Okay. It should be like lavender, a little
definitely
bit
lavender.
of herby, and then a
kinda like
splash
the
of something
aftertaste.
spritzy. So we got quite a few things in here.
Yeah.
And as you sip it, just try to get a little with the sugar rim or without.
I hope you can all hear that sipping just like that in the microphone.
That's probably really awkward. Sorry, guys.
No, the sugar rim's a nice
It's meant
balance.
to be tart.
Yeah.
So
The sugar rims are really nice.
I thought we needed that, even though it is a little golden.
Oh, that is
gold rim.
delicious.
And I don't know if it can really be
and
seen, but it is like
It's so sparkly.
glittering.
Did I also put a lot of glitter? Yes, to make it shine like this year. Mm-hmm.
Can there be enough glitter in drinks? No, not
I
really.
love that. Who wants to go first on something that we're celebrating as we drink our first drink? Hopefully not me, because I'm busy over here. So anybody
I'll
else?
go first because as I was thinking, because my first thought was, I don't know, what am I celebrating from 2024? Which is not true. We're just bad at like absorbing it, right?
That's
like
true.
we don't take the time to like write it down or whatever. So, but then I was like, duh, of course I have one, which was I'm celebrating getting fired.
Yes, and what a celebration that is.
Unemployment for the first time in my life. But it was really what led to this podcast. This might not be happening if not for that. It wasn't like bad firing situation. It was just, it was a great job. I really enjoyed it, like the people I worked with, but the company just couldn't sustain a large team anymore. So they had to let us all go. And I want to say within 24 hours, we were like,
was like,
we were like, oh,
We had a logo within 24 hours.
we have received.
Yes, message received. God. Okay. I was like, we're doing this. We're doing a podcast, which I think if it had come like, I don't know, 2 days earlier, I would have been like, no way.
But
like,
I feel
there's
like
no way.
that conversation, we need to go back because we need to go all the way back. First, I was born. No, we need to not that far, too far.
When-
we mocktails and podcasts were the beginning of our. I mean, we've been friends for a while, but they were the beginning, kind of the inception.
It was the glue that
of
just-
our. It was the glue because we all realized that we're super weird and are really into crime. I don't know, true crime. So Lauren put together an Excel spreadsheet of all of these amazing podcasts that she had listened to. She shared them all with us, and then we would get together for Italian night, Japanese night.
Yes, we did like
Lauren would
Valentine's Day.
take
It
out
was
her
just like an
PowerPoint,
autumn celebration.
and we would go over the podcast.
I can't believe you just outed me on my PowerPoint
Mine
presentation.
did about 15 slides.
She had PowerPoints for each
There was a
podcast.
timeline. There was a
Okay.
timeline.
There was a
for one of them.
timeline.
To
Oh
be
my
fair,
God.
there was a time where we were listening, that the rate that we were listening to
Was
podcasts
insane.
was
Absolutely
insane.
insane.
Fat with audio.
So
Fat with audio.
It was a podcast a day for my drive there and back.
I
5-10
was-
episodes.
So by the time we were
intaking.
having like getting together to review, like we needed to discuss 3, 4, sometimes more podcasts at once. Mm-hmm. So like sometimes it's a lot to keep straight.
You really kept us,
I was just trying to keep us on track.
You were. At one point, she had given me like 7 different podcasts, not episodes, podcasts to go
8 to 10 episodes
to go on vacation with. By the 3rd day, I was on vacation for a week. By day 3, I was like, I have nothing to listen to. It's just like, okay, you have a problem. So
yeah, it was.
So that's where it all began.
That's where it all began. But when I say I never ever thought I would be doing this in my life. Yeah, 100%. That's where we're at. So it really took being fired.
Why are we doing this right now?
We have no clue. We don't know what's wrong with us. We're having a midlife crisis.
Is that what this is? What it is? It's that quarter life crisis everyone's talking about. Yeah.
Gosh, midlife.
I think at one point we were just listening to so much and we thought, just like most of the rest of the world today, I could do that. So, why not? Why not listen to ourselves?
Plus, it's an excuse to talk and drink mocktails. So,
yeah, 100%.
So that's what I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating being fired and, how sometimes those things can just open brand new doors.
Just like, ta-da. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to put a little pin on that. Next one, number 2. I call this one Winter Night. Now, is our winter night red like this? No. But it's just like warm and cozy and festive. So winter. All right. We are drinking some cranberry juice. It is a little, again, on the tart side. Some limeade mixer from Trader Joe's. Some agave nectar for sweetness. 4 to 5 blackberries are thrown in there. Half of a lime juice. 1 sage leaf.
Notes of dark.
Notes of dark, yeah.
I don't know.
And a little,
say what comes to my mind.
You can add a little sugar rim. I didn't because, we did that already. And the scallop would not allow that. So
this took me on another level.
Okay, all right.
Than the first one did. I went somewhere.
This one hits me back here, which I love. That's like
probably the tartness that we got going on. So
that's nice. That's nice, Rebecca.
And I feel so fancy when someone tells me I'm drinking agave nectar. Like, that's not something I have in my kitchen.
You're not just like, oh, here's some sugar water. You're like, agave nectar.
I do feel like I'm like ancient Greece with that.
Ooh, yes. I love the little sage aftertaste. You may not have a ton because I didn't want to go crazy.
I do have an aftertaste, yeah.
But it's kind of like, ooh, I wouldn't expect that. And I'm not one to like putting like basil or even thyme in different mocktail drinks. But for some reason, I'm like, ooh, this works. So
no, this is very, very tasty. I love that.
A different taste.
Like, this is one where you could drink a whole glass of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you're like, ooh, this have a couple sips and it's a lot.
Is definitely sweeter, but I could have this with a meal.
Yes.
I feel like I could have this with dinner. Yeah. Totally. This feels a little bit more like a dessert, a celebratory.
Yes, that's where we had to start off with a little bang. And then
this is tasty. That's really, really good.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very fruity. Notes of fruit.
I like this one.
Notes of fruit. And if you didn't want it to be super seedy with the blackberries, I kind of strained it, but some of them get through the cracks, so.
I kind of like the little seeds.
It's nice. It adds a little.
Yeah, I like it too. I think this straw makes it a little hard to get it up.
That's so true. You're like, well,
Rebecca's like, let me find the thinnest straws.
Let's try to make
man.
this. You know what? You don't even have to use the straw. Like, why bother?
Delish.
So if
yummy.
you really wanted to make this also like look extra cute, no ice, chilled glass, people.
Yeah, chilled glass. Kind of like at night when my husband is craving chocolate chip cookies, and then I hear 30 minutes before dessert time.
Yeah,
the freezer door opening and a mug going in the freezer.
Wow, he's thinking ahead.
He likes his milk chilled.
Yeah, that's impressive. I cannot.
Yeah, it does elevate the experience. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty amazing. A nice hot chocolate chip cookie with like glacial iced mug. There's something about it. It's special.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep drinking this. Who's got something to celebrate?
I'm going next. All right. So this is gonna seem super cliche.
Thankful for friends and family.
But I am just thinking about all of those wonderful like girls trips I had this year.
Yes.
Hashtag our title. That is something that I think I look forward to every single year, but they're almost never planned out. They're always like, planned out maybe a month or 2 in advance. But in my head, I'm not like, okay, next year I'm going to go these 3 places. So I think that was something super exciting. We went to Boston together, which was amazing.
So fun.
In the fall, looking at all of the trees. And I was able to go to Myrtle Beach this year with a good friend who's long distance. So that's always fun to catch up. And so even like day trips, like here and there, of just going, even with my husband Artie, those are always just fun. Not a girls trip, but still nice. So yeah, just always look forward to that. And it's not, I love the spontaneity of it. Like it's nothing that is like set. It's just like, let's go, guys.
You're a very spontaneous person.
You are.
I am.
I'm like, let's plan those trips 3 years in advance.
But that's what I also love, because I'll be like, guys, let's try this. And Laura's like, got it. Like, we're done, ready to go. That was Boston, so.
That was also on my list of things to celebrate. Was like, this was like my year of friends.
Yes.
Which is like, was so super special. But I also feel like I had like, just a crazy amount of social commitments this year, like weddings and showers,
so many
and
weddings,
birthdays, and like it was a little bit out of control. So I wasn't expecting for this to be the year where I also got to spend so much time with friends, whether it was like little getaways or trips or just like day things or, you know, girls' nights or whatever. But I needed it to like be able to recharge, because events are fun, but they're also exhausting, and especially if you're part of the planning.
100%.
So I feel like my cup was really full with friendship this year.
Just like these mocktails.
Overflowing.
Well, maybe halfway done now. It's okay.
So yeah, we've all
love
had
it.
that to celebrate. I love it.
It's just been great.
I need to get to this.
We are bringing it in with a classic. Did I secretly know that you guys like this drink? Yes. So I was like, we just have to end with this. A coconut mojito. Yes. This has mint, lime, cream of coconut, coconut water, some limeade, some Mingle-mocktail mixer.
So much drink.
It really is.
These are heavy.
And we want to top it off with something fizzy, so we put a little sparkling limeade as well. Cheers, ladies, to the last mocktail.
Should we actually do a cheers?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh.
Let's get an actual cheers in here.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Rebecca, you have the
so
longest arm.
heavy.
And I'm coming over. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, my Lord. This is gigantic.
Yes. This makes me dance.
There's
this is like my
something
favorite.
about it.
So refreshing.
This is the OG right here.
Something. That was it. It's refreshing.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have yourself a mocktail maker in the group, you need to go get yourself one.
You really need to.
I will say this one needs a straw because of the paraphernalia on top.
It's going to just like go all
However, it does float all to the top, so you're not getting bits of leaves anywhere. It's really
or mint.
Did I not think about getting a longer
There's
straw?
no outdoor leaves in this. No, all the mint does float to the top, which is really, really nice.
Yeah. So
And it does kind of look, if you look at the top, it looks like snow, which is adorable.
It's so sweet.
A winter drink.
It is
It's
very
a great
festive.
drink.
If you want to be transported to, the Caribbean in January, make yourself a coconut mojito, because it's going to be delish.
Yes. I mean, I'm just always in the mood for this.
It's delicious.
I have no clue what a real mojito tastes like, but this has to be better. That's all I can say.
So much.
This is delicious perfection.
Delish.
All right. Joy,
Joy.
what are you celebrating?
This actually transports me back to the island of Maui, which is what I would like to celebrate.
Yes.
So Thomas and I got married in 2020.
Woo woo.
We said screw it, and we got married. A lot of weird stuff was happening. Obviously, we had COVID, but then there was like a weird dip in the fall of 2020. But as we were planning the wedding, we were like, should we do it? Some people were like, no, just wait till next year. And we just kept saying to ourselves, how do we know the world's going to be back to normal in a year? So let's just do it. So we went ahead with the wedding. A downside to that, though, was that we were planning to go to Hawaii, and the hotel was completely closed down. Hawaii itself was like, do not come. We don't want you. We don't want you. So we couldn't go to Hawaii that year. We had a great trip to Florida that year instead, which was open, very, very much so. So that was a great time, but it took us 4 years.
Yeah, 4.
4 years to get to Maui. And there was a couple of reasons for that. Like in 2021, it was so expensive. And then 2022, we were like, maybe it won't be as expensive. And it was worse. So it just kept getting more and more pricey. And we were like, you know what, let's just pull the trigger and do it while we can. And it was the best trip of my life. So we had our honeymoon 4 years later, and it was
amazing.
You guys have both been.
Yes.
Right?
We both into Maui, yeah.
So
the only thing left
is for all
of
us
together.
Obviously.
Husband, stay at home. It really was like, I can't imagine a more beautiful place.
It really is gorgeous.
Like, it's hard for me it feels like paradise. So that to me is a huge celebratory moment that we got to do that. But really, Thomas isn't a huge traveler, but I think this made him a huge traveler.
Like, I will do that 12-hour plane ride.
He got home and he was like, what's next? Like, I don't know. You tell me. So we definitely, I think, had a little bit of a travel spark, which is something to celebrate. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Super fun.
And they all have like their different highlights, right? Like when you go somewhere to Hawaii, like it's a really long flight. It's a really big thing, but you're literally in paradise. Like what they say is true. Like you're just wake up every morning and you're like, wow.
Taking it all in.
So it's so refreshing, and you realize like this is worth it. This is worth the inconvenience of getting there.
It's a flight.
Whatever.
I mean, from Jersey to Cali, then to like Maui, that's a long and then the ride back, forget it. It was
You're like, think happy thoughts, please.
Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal. It was hellish on the way back, because then we had the red eye, and that was
time difference.
We were in LAX when we were coming home, and I just remember my head was pounding so hard. I just remember thinking, like, I don't know if it could get any worse. I'm in LAX and I can't feel my body because I'm in so much pain. Thomas went to get like a crappy burger and he was like, eat. I'm like, it's 1 a.m. I don't want to. It was terrible. But then we got home and I was like, wow, I can't wait to go back. So it's amazing how you
forget everything.
Yes.
Everything that just happened.
No, that's so true.
Game over.
Quickly. But then I also did early in the year, just like one overnight with a friend of mine. Where we just went to like a local hotel and we were there for like, we didn't leave. Like we were there for 24 hours, just like in sweats and in the room. And that's also nice. Was also something really nice about that, refreshing. You know, of like just having that time to just really like talk and relax.
Well, this has opened my eyes so that you guys have friends outside of play.
I know.
Awkward.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, I thought we were the only ones live.
I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, but it's when you're thinking like so much of when I was looking back and thinking about what made up this year, like what am I saying cheers to? What am I celebrating? So much of it had to do with the people I was sharing those moments with.
Definitely.
Even like, you know, getting fired. Like my friends, you guys were there every step of the way, right?
Immediately on Polo.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go.
That was good times.
It's so much the people that I guess I'm celebrating this year and everything that I got to experience. And
it was a good year. It was a weird year.
It was very strange, but
a lot of ups and downs. But I think that was what was so cool for us too, as we drew closer together. I think once crazy things happen in the world around us or to each other, it either can make you more isolated so that you don't want to be around people. But that's what it kept our spirits so high. Those are the things we looked forward to. It was the 9:30 at night diner runs and you know, the Nutella pancakes or French toast. It was all the things that made us just feel like so connected. When that's hard to do sometimes, when bad things happen or when life is hard or disappointments, as we all have experienced this year, which I'm sure we will talk about at length in episodes to come. We really have developed a habit of reaching out to each other
immediately.
One thing, maybe too soon, actually.
Be like, let's play this out, and you're like, no, I need help now, guys.
We've developed quite the habit of really just sending up the smoke signal that we need help, and I mean, it works. It works for us. Maybe some people can't do that level, but for us, it works.
But also just having a lot of like grace and understanding too, that there are certain days or weeks or whatnot when one of us might be really really busy with work or really overwhelmed with something in life, or we're going through a transition, and just knowing like, you know, whoever that is, like they'll catch up. They'll like jump back in as soon as they can. You know, whether it's just like letting them have that space or trying to show up for them in a different way and be like, okay, how can we, you know, even if we can't do something to take it off your plate, how can we make that burden feel lighter? Yeah. I mean, I'm celebrating, I went back to kindergarten this year. With my daughter.
So exciting.
Which like was so cute and exciting, but also was a little bit like, oh boy, like I do not want to go back to school right now. Like this is really going to change my life. Yeah. Because we haven't had to live very structured or according to any kind of schedule. We've lived very flexible. With Miles and I working from home, having 2 kids who are home with us. Right. You know, we never had to be anywhere at any specific time. My kids and us were all much more night owls. So having to change our whole lives to get up really early and have to be at school and do homework and, you know, kind of have this whole other community of people. I was like, oh, I dread this a little bit. But you guys were right there for all of it, and we've adapted, and you know, you've helped me deal with waking up early like the rest of the world does. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of understanding there.
Well, we started with the celebrations. Now let's go to the things that sucked in 2024. So
I will say something to add to that, because you were also the one who was like, guys, we're putting together a spreadsheet right now of all of our favorite things, all the things we like, we don't like. So when we have those days or those moments where we're like, I can't do this, or like, I did not sleep because I had to get up at, 7 a.m., that we have those opportunities to maybe send a little love that day, a little care package, a little something. Yeah. So that just makes my heart feel so happy.
Yeah. Something that Thomas and I have been going through this year has been looking for a house. And if you're looking for a house in New Jersey,
God bless you.
I feel
God
you.
Bless.
Godspeed.
Yes.
It's been brutal. So and it's a tough place to be in too, because you do want to be super thankful for what you have. We're not homeless. We do have a place to be, thank God. And it's such like a fine line of being super anxious to be in that next phase of life, but also remain super grateful and happy that we have a place to be in right now. So it's like that fine line. So you guys have helped balance that, I think. Yeah. Like not letting me go below a level of depression and of not being able to be in my house yet at 31, point. But also joy, like this is great. Now we live like within 15 minutes of each other. So yeah, for the time being. So there's always a positive to all the different challenges that we're facing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's rate these guys. What do we got going on here? So number one.
That's hard to rate.
Okay. Not
I don't know.
rate.
Guess
no.
I'm going to have to go back in.
Take one more sip here. And I know we would have the coconut mojito in a heartbeat. But
it's hard to beat that.
Newer ones,
this is so good though.
I'm feeling we like the winter night a little bit more because it had a little bit more,
I do think I like this a little bit more, but this one has like the most unique flavor I've ever had in a mocktail. Okay. So I feel like
I would say grapefruit's not a huge norm.
Well, I think that it's the grapefruit plus the aromatics, the aromatics in it, combine. And I'm typically not I don't like the aromatics or like lavender. I only like it when Rebecca does it because she
onto the dark side.
Yes, she does.
I have a seed that's fighting for its life in a straw right now. Hold on, I'm gonna get it.
No, it's gonna go to the back of your throat.
Oh, there it is.
Unbelievable.
But it makes like a really, really nice unexpected flavor, which I'm appreciating.
Very good, guys.
But I could down a whole much larger glass of this.
I could drink that so fast it would be sick.
Yeah.
They sound like sipping. Like I want a couple sips every.
I really like this one though.
Amazing, guys.
I feel like a princess.
We're just gonna keep bringing them back. The one thing that I will have to say about making mocktails in general, I love the creation process of making them. It's really fun to mix different things here and there, but they take so much time. Mm-hmm. I mean, okay,
that's why it's so great having someone make it for you.
We're like, it takes so much time.
Can you please bring up 2 please? Okay.
Our contribution has been filling the ice up.
Yes,
that has been our
pretty much.
contribution.
Yes. Well, we did do a little
you did a little
tutorial where Rebecca told us
Yeah,
what
I
to
did
do
do a little bit.
to
I
make
did.
some. Could I have done it alone? Probably not. Because I
would
couldn't
love-
get the lid off the
What are the? It's like a
shaker. Is that what it's called?
Yes, shakers. Very good. Look at you.
I mean, she shook it. So, I mean, process of elimination on that one, but
There's like
Wait,
those.
we can't do that one. That almost came out.
What are those? It's the game where your like hands are behind your back. Like I need to have.
Oh, and like my hands go through. Oh my God.
And Laura or someone is blindfolded.
This
and
sounds like a
I'm
terrible idea,
I'm
but
telling
go
them
ahead.
how to make a mocktail. That would be so fun.
Okay, but my eyes were fully open and I was using my own hands. And Rebecca's like, put a squeeze in this coconut cream. And I opened it and it all just came out everywhere. And I was like, oh God.
Again, every mocktail is its own journey. This should be a tagline, right?
every mocktail has its own trip.
Yeah, no, they are a lot. I feel the same way about mocktails as I feel about salads. It's like,
I'm sorry.
I enjoy.
Wait,
Have you
time out.
actually thought about
Those
salads?
two things should not be in the same category.
Really should not. No. Mocktails are head and shoulders above
love to
salads.
hear this.
Thank you.
However, I'm
Okay.
saying about they taste better when someone else makes them.
Okay.
Like
100%.
Like I like for Joy to make my salads.
What are you making, Lauren?
That's literally what you do. What do you do for us?
I make the fun, Joy.
That's true. She also makes really good banana bread.
Oh,
Yeah. Really good banana bread.
she does. She wins us on that one, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Barb, whose recipe I stole for that.
And she also gave us banana bread today.
Ooh, we can have some of that.
Where is that?
Yeah, you said that and you never showed it.
Oh, well,
to
it's
us.
downstairs. It's near
Okay.
the mocktail station.
Good. All right. So hopefully you'll be inspired to try one or all three.
Or all of them.
Get the besties together
Yes.
and try them. I think recipes will be in the
They will be in the description.
below, so you can experiment.
100%.
And if you do make any like twists of your own, let us know.
Let us know.
Because that's always fun to see what
I would be
twist
so
people-
offended. Do not
Let us
change the
know
recipe.
in the comments. And also, what are
yeah.
you celebrating? What were you
Yes.
what happened in 2024? What do you want to celebrate so that we can celebrate with you?
Yes. Otherwise,
Are we going to cheers one more time?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's
Everyone
go,
take a
guys.
different one. Oh, look at that.